Hello, today we are doing another deep dive. This time for the card Scrounging Bandar from Commander Legends. This card first featured in Aether Revolt, then in the +1 decks from Jumpstart, and lastly in the Commander Legends set. Scrounging Bandar is a 0/0 cat monkey for 2 mana. It enters with 2 +1 counters on it, making it a baseline bear. Then at the beginning of your upkeep, you may move any number of +1 counters from Scrounging Bandar onto another target. The flavor text says, "It was right here, a second ago." Scrounging Bandar costs 1 generic mana and 1 green mana. Green often plays around with artifacts. Usually it destroys them, but here this Bandar seems to want to collect these. The growing of a creature then is very green too. I would argue that the redistributing could be very wide, because this Bandar is actually very caring towards other creatures on its team. This means we can interpret the sharing of power, with it sharing the artifacts it stole with other creatures from its family. Perhaps it has kittens, or perhaps it lives in a tribe of monkeys. I choose both. Scrounging Bandar has one art. It portrays the cat monkey with the head of a cat, the body mostly of a monkey and then more cat-like claws. The face of the Bandar seems smug, as it is examining a piece of its loot. The location seems like a Kaladashian garden, as we have not seen much nature on Kaladesh, and the structure of the building makes me think of a botanic garden. The curls of the tree branches are characteristic of the nature on Kaladesh. From this nature, the Kaladashians often pull inspiration to put in their artifacts. The interesting thing is that their artifacts are supposed to be beautiful. So you can see how important nature is in the creation of an image of beauty on a world. This is definitely true for our own world. Artifacts are shaped after nature. Think about it. Lastly, I want to look more at the other card from Shea Shetty. Her own art also takes the shape of her own inspiration of nature. She uses tints of cultural imagery, but more importantly, she creates new creatures that still look believable. These could actually exist on our world too. Now mechanically, this is an impressive card. Counters are a very popular mechanic, so much so that you might have almost forgot it is one. They have been around since the alpha set. It seems like a simple mechanic that just grows your creature, but there are many ways to do this flavor-wise and a lot of things to do with them mechanically. There are 25 mechanics that revolve around these counters. They involve mutation or alteration with, for example, Adapt, Awaken, Evolve, Fabricate and Monstrosity, where the creature actually transforms to grow. Some creatures die first to transform, like Undying. These make the creature stronger because it has changed and mostly improved. Some, like Outlast, show us that a creature lives forever, while everything around it decays. Then there is the mechanic Modular, where an artifact creature gives its power to other creatures when it dies by giving it its parts. These cards share parts and artifacts, like our Bandar does. A creature could become larger in numbers too, for example with a mass, where you collect a larger army of zombies. It also works with reinforcement, where the other creatures do not need to be nearby, but just help. In this way, they become stronger in numbers. +1 counters can also mean a motivation for your creature, with, for example, Bloodthirst, where a creature wants more blood and is stronger. In a way, Dethrone, because here your creatures prefer to attack stronger opponents. Some creatures have been held back for too long and can be unleashed. Some are supported or bolstered by stronger friends. Some are just heroic. Some creatures grow in strength, like with Devour, where you feed your other creatures to one creature, or when you feed this creature to another creature, like with Scavenge. And some creatures grow with knowledge, with, for example, Mentor, where one creature teaches another to fight, or because of experiences done by exploration with Explore. Now, there are a couple of things that Scrounging Bandar might be doing. It does not eat or grow or mutate. It does gain knowledge in a way, but then how would it share it? So the only logical answer is that the Bandar steals artifacts and shares them with its friends. When we look at it like this, we suddenly notice something else. The artifacts it has stolen can be used to hit people with. So maybe it is not just enjoying the beauty of these, but also how hard they could hit. This Bandar is looking for hard sticks to hit people with, and shares them with its army. Now look at that face again. A Bandar is a combination of a cat and a monkey. A creature that keeps humans as pets, and a creature that has the playfulness and bashfulness of a small child. This combined makes a perfect creature to want to use artifacts to bonk people on their heads. Monkeys in Magic are either aggressive or playful, but they are always troublesome. Some also destroy artifacts, but most like being really aggressive. They often live in packs. Now cats are often more solitary in Magic the Gathering, although Leonins often do live in tribes as well, which has made cats predominantly a white tribe. These creatures are often humanoid too, although some are actual cats, usually being revered like an Amon cat. Some even are a god like Oketra. Cats are often hard to tame, but when, for example, the Valadar on Kaladesh are tamed, they are used as great guard beasts, though usually they are fierce and stubborn beings that might protect their humans, but often are barely tolerating them. Now as I said, a monkey cat is definite trouble. The stat line of this creature is mechanically not as important. In most cases you will of course try to grow this, or at least use one of its counters, but that is interesting on its own. A 2/2 for 2 is also called a bear in Magic, just like with grizzly bears. This used to be how strong a 2-mana creature was. Now a card like that would just not be viable in any way. Our Bandar has a massive synergy with counters, for example. Now that is interesting, because as a 1/1, Bandar would not work on its own. It would just be a 1/1 if you lack the synergies in your draft deck. In this way, we can see that power creep has allowed for more design space in this case. Now here is where it really gets hard to write this. I'm going to knot 3 notions together. The humans of Kaladesh love beautiful things, so they make their artifacts after nature, because nature is beauty to us humans. We actually do this as well. But why is nature so beautiful to us? The most common answer is this. We ascribe beauty to that which has no superfluous parts, which exactly answers its end, which stands related to all things. In other words, we see beauty in nature because it is infinite. Infinite because it keeps growing. Infinite because it has the potential to outlast us into eternity. We see this infinity in the swirls of Kaladesh's artifacts and in the tree branch of our Bandar. Now this artifact gets stolen by a Bandar, which is part of nature. In this way, the card Scrounging Bandar is telling us that our ways of progress are finite. They are in a way ephemeral. They are not endless, while nature is endless. Our technology can be here 1 second and the next it might be gone. So nature is the correct, or at least more beautiful way of looking at things. Now the swirls in Kaladesh stand for the stupidity of humanity, to think that they can imitate nature, but we are ephemeral. So in closing, Scrounging Bandar teaches us a lot. It teaches us that we are stupid to think we can imitate nature. We never might. Still, as humans who are unnatural by nature, we can only dream to become nature once again. This Bandar might not aim to teach us. It only wants to play with our artifacts and hit us with it. It only wants to strengthen its tribe with our weapons. It actually takes decoration and makes it lethal. Still, the most foolish being can sometimes teach us the wisest lessons. So let us look outside into nature and appreciate its infinity. As we dream, while we are monkeys lost in space, let us look into the sky and dream. Dream of infinity. That is already around us. That is so close that we might only have to imitate it. Let us strive to be like nature. Thank you for watching.